Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second season of the Tata WPL. And with that, we come over to the second season of Stumps and Sixes, where every cricket moment finds its voice. In today's match, MI, the defending champions, took on Delhi Capitals, last year's runner ups, in what was a rematch of last year's finals. And as we dive straight into the match, Sakshi, lead us on.
So let me just go with Seedhi Baat No Bakwas. It was a fantastic match. Like Delhi totally took it home till the end, but on the last ball, that six got MI the victory, and it was a pleasure to watch the whole match. So when the innings started up, Lenning hit some very good runs, and but then later she got out, and then Jemimah came to the rescue, and with Capsy being the star of the inning, but later she got out. But then Delhi managed to put a great score for Mumbai, but Mumbai did struggle a bit, but then had a edge over Delhi today as well as the last year's final. Like, what do you have to say about it, Gershom? It was a amazing match.
For sure. I mean, not a there's no much better way to start a season off. I honestly thought too that Delhi would get their revenge for last year's final, but it wasn't to be the case. I mean, what a way to win the match, right? I don't think it gets any more closer than that, honestly. Uh, I think the game-changing moment, honestly, in both the innings, has to be the power play. I think we need to really speak about how good the power play was for the Mumbai Indians, and Delhi wasn't really, able to capitalize on the power play. And given that they have some really killer opening pair in Shefali Verma and Meg Lanning, both of them who've made a really good name for themselves in international cricket. I really thought one of them would get going, and I know Meg Lanning got a couple of hits, but see, somebody who at that stature needs to guide them through to the entire, to the end of the innings, and I think that's where Delhi struggled a bit, and they didn't get a lot of. See, I'll tell you one more thing. I've always been saying that in a ground like Chinnaswamy, 200 runs, 2 free runs have been chased down, so no score is good, and Delhi came short with the 10 or 20 runs that had to be scored in the power play. But then again, kudos to Harmanpreet, the man of the match, not just for the way she batted, but the way she captained the team to put such a good, feed placing. So Shefali, that, she just covered off that entire offside that she couldn't score, that Shefali is so strong in scoring. So that's some really good captaincy by Harmanpreet. And, just another whole ring to the enmity between Meg Lanning and Harmanpreet Kaur. We've seen that for quite a while now. In any international tournament, they are the two teams. In terms of Australia, India, they're the ones who are reaching the finals. So that has been done so here as well. And but this time Harmanpreet Kaur has been able to take a team over the victory line. Thanks to Sajana, though, the debutant, who with a very huge six on the first ball. Not easy to do that. Could be Chinnaswamy, could be Wankhede. It's really not easy to just come in and just toink one over the leg side. But kudos to Sanjana for doing that right.
Yeah, we'll come back to the ending of the match later on. Big moment for sure. But when we talk about the fact that at the start, Shefali and Meg Lanning, both of them, as you mentioned again, Lanning managed to get a bit of a few shots of hits in, but there was that shakiness even with the power play, as you mentioned. Delhi Capitals really didn't capitalize. Do you think there was a bit of, you could say, sluggishness within the team that eventually cost them the win?
For sure. Honestly, Erish, talking about sorry, Sakshi, I just took that one. But honestly saying, see, I'll tell you what, honestly, the first thing when I saw it, I thought Mumbai were a bit sluggish. I'll be honest. A couple of really easy chances that were dropped. And a couple. I saw an overthrow. I think by it was Sutherland. I think who just the batswoman was already in the crease, and she just took a very wayward throw, and that went for four. So, and a couple of easy chances dropped, and a very couple of difficult chances. And see, there might be difficult chances, but the highest level you got to grab onto those. Those are the catches that make the difference, right? And so I think Mumbai were a bit sluggish, but they did really well to come back. And given the Chinnaswamy Stadium, always a treat to the batswoman or any kind of batsman who goes in at the second innings. So yeah, a bit of sluggishness by Mumbai, I would say, not Delhi. But yeah, in the end, Mumbai made it through.
And when we talk about those amazing catches, like you saw, yeah, how Yastika took Jemimah's catch, like that was a tough one, and she managed to do it so well. That
Yeah,
also
absolutely.
really
I
made a
think,
big
yeah.
difference for Mumbai.
I think that was a crucial moment in the match when we look at it. It made a huge difference. I think it was also somewhat a confidence booster to Mumbai at that point in time. As you mentioned, from your point of view, they were a bit sluggish, a few mistakes here and there. And I think a catch like that can make a big difference in giving the confidence and like helping the team gain momentum in
Yeah.
that very moment.
Absolutely agreed. But again, see, Delhi came up a 10-run shot, courtesy to their power play and the last four overs. Could have seen a couple more big shots, but that's where they came down. But again, very well bowled to take it to the last. Till the last over, I thought the match was over in the 17th or the 18th over, but they did well to take it. And because when you saw Harmanpreet and Yashika Bhatia go, they were hitting it left, right, and center. And I honestly thought the match is over way before it started. But very well to bring it back. But yeah, one more thing. I don't think Delhi should have used up all their good bowlers in the beginning. I don't think Amelia was the best option to bowl the last over, or whoever bowled the last over was. I don't think the spinner was a really bad option, especially in Chinnaswamy to bowl the last over. But kudos again, still close. Nobody, when it's 1 of 5, I mean 5 of 1, you don't back the batsman ever. You never back the batsman. You always think it's going to be the bowler who's going to make it through. But just the way she got under the ball and just tonked it over mid wicket, well played.
Yeah, that's very true. We talk about coming back to the start. I keep coming back there. But we talk about Delhi's middle order after the kind of shaky start. They really helped stabilize the match. They were kind of the reason Delhi managed to put what they put on the scoreboard. And how much of an important part do you think they really played in this match? And how much can they play going forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, Jemimah was always great. Jemimah has added this new, kind of a antics into her playing. She's always known to, rotate the strike and probably get one here and there boundary, maybe a deft touch or, a scoop or stuff, something like that. She's not really somebody who's known to get those big hits and the power hits. She's added that to her, armory, and that's really shown. A couple of these hits, see, it's not really small boundaries. Okay, the leg side boundary was, if I'm not wrong, 61 meters, and she cleared it easily. So that's one thing. And one more thing about Alice, I think, see, last year, if I'm not wrong, she didn't get much of a chances. She played 3 or 4 games, if I'm not wrong, for Delhi, and that's not really much. But the way she played, and she's known for her big hits. And just one thing, she should have stayed probably for another couple of overs. She was given a chance. I think she was dropped when she was on 70 odd. She should have capitalized on that and probably made sure that she got her team to the end. How Harmanpreet stayed till the end. Maybe she could have taken on that role, but that's where she faltered. I think that's one mistake she did. But all in all, I think bright signs for Mumbai and Delhi. So it's a long tournament, first game of the tournament. Delhi would really think they were in it until the last ball. So a lot of positives for both the teams to take home.
Heartbreak
But
in the month
then
of Valentine's for Delhi, you could say, on the opening match of the season.
I think Sakshi's more,
I still
I
feel
think
till
to talk about heartbreaks.
19.5. Yeah, yeah, I surely wanted Delhi to win. Like they were, I literally started jumping on 19.5, but then that six broke my heart into pieces. But yeah, like Delhi did play well. Like they got Matthews out on duck. That's a big deal. And
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
motivated them, pushed them ahead to go through and take two, three, some good wickets. But Mumbai managed it all so well.
Yeah.
Like,
Funny you should talk about heartbreaks, though, Arish. I've been hearing some things around the college, and I hear that Sakshi's breaking a lot of hearts. And it's nice to know that for once, Sakshi's heart is broken. I think, I mean, and I also thought Sakshi, being a Mumbai girl, would be supporting Mumbai, but weirdly, she's with Delhi on this one. So, not
yeah,
bad. Let's see
yeah.
how
A
they
bit,
do.
a bit of traitor there we see
it's
in
just the
Sakshi.
start, guys. They were
Yeah,
the runners up last year.
I'm
They'll be the
disappointed in
winners
you.
this year.
I'm disappointed in you, Sakshi, to be honest. But
What is
when we
this, Sakshi?
talk
I thought you
about,
were out and out Mumbai girl.
she
But
has betrayed us.
I'll tell you the most fun part was the opening ceremony. Like that took the heart away. Superb
Right.
dances, superb performances.
Yeah,
I
there's this
think
one
the
thing.
last over was much more better than that opening ceremony. The opening ceremony, don't get me wrong, was good, but the
It
last
was
over, I
really good.
think
Yeah,
that
had
finish
some big
was
That
names.
it was very
that I think
entertaining.
blew us all away. But
One way to see, and I'll tell you one thing. There's this. I think I read somewhere on the internet. It said, the last year the entire WPL was in Wankhede, right? And apparently BCCI changed the entire venue just to incorporate Shah Rukh Khan, right? Because we all know Shah Rukh Khan's not, so that's something that I heard. But yeah, good point. Great way to start off the innings, to start off the tournament as well. The performances, and what an end. I think the real hero was Sajana, not Shah Rukh Khan or any of the other heroes that headlined the show, but it was that debutant who took it home for Mumbai, and what a way to do it, honestly.
This
yeah,
is just the trailer, guys. The movie is still yet some way
Yeah.
to begin. Yeah, like
yeah,
there are
the
a lot
movie
of
is yet to
matches.
begin. We can agree on
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
like
it's a
every day we
long
are
way
going
ahead.
to get to watch some amazing cricket played by the women. It's going to be
Yeah, and
amazing.
another thing, guys, that I really took my attention was honestly Arundhati. The way she bowled, I think was one way that gave Delhi a chance. Was the way she bowled, the way she got Nat Silver Brunt out. Just that ball in itself, the first ball to come, and to bowl that kind of a delivery in the first ball of the tournament for herself, it was amazing. And I think that's where Mumbai maybe faltered a little bit. A lot of their bowlers are all rounders. A lot of their fast bowlers are all rounders who just bowl little bit, and they're mainly into batting. I thought Wong would make it to the 11, but she didn't. She made way for Squiver Bunt, who was the main bowler for them. But all in all, I think for Delhi, the brightest spot of this would be either Jemimah's innings or the way Arundhati's bowled. Just the way she was able to nail those Yorkers time and again just proves how good she was. So that's, I think, one very good, bright spot for Delhi. So what do you? I mean, honestly, it was a question though. What do you all think about the fast bowling, option that Delhi had, especially with Madison Cap and yeah, well, as I mentioned, Arundhati as well.
Arundhati, yeah.
I think Arundhati played a massive role in keeping Delhi's momentum going through the innings. I think when once it was, I believe, Haley Matthews who went out on the duck for the first ball for Mumbai, it seemed like it was a really poor start for them. And then there was Yashika Bhatia and Nat Skivabrunt who kind of started to build somewhat of a partnership, and I think in that moment, Arundhati played a very crucial role in breaking up that momentum. Eventually, I think Harmanpreet Kaur came in and she and Yastika once again built a very solid partnership. But then again, it was Arundhati who dismissed Yastika in that moment.
Absolutely.
So I think she didn't just have two wickets for the sake of it. I think those were two very, very important wickets, and
Yeah,
the two wickets
top
that
class
made sure
players.
that the match went down to the final ball. It was,
Yeah.
I think, वो moment हम लोग बोल सकते हैं, वो moment था, वो दो विकेट मैच को एकदम आखिरी बॉल तक लेके गया.
Right,
तो
I also feel
yeah,
they should have kept one of Arundhati's overs for the end. Instead of having Amelia Kerr bowl the last over, if they had Arundhati bowl the last over, would have made a major difference. I don't really think it would have been that easy to, hit a six off a Yorker if she had nailed one. So
Like
I
I
think that's one
agree.
place.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
अरुंधति का bowling उतना ही अच्छा है जितना गर्शुम का हिंदी तो
we're not.
you have got that kind of I don't know. I think Sakshi you would be wrong on this one.
but yeah, jokes aside,
That's an
Arundhati
insult to Arundhati's
was a
bowling, I would say.
no,
But yeah,
she bowled
she's
amazing.
bowled a brilliant 4 overs. She's the bowler with the best economy out of all of them, and by quite a mile. It was a massive, I think, opportunity that Arundhati made there for Delhi Capitals and allowed the match, in my opinion, to go down till the last
Absolutely,
ball.
absolutely agreed. And Sakshi, I see you take a dig at my Hindi. We have a long season ahead. We're going to be doing this, so I just want you to keep
Let's
in
see how
mind,
much Hindi
what
our
goes around
viewers
comes
get to
around.
hear. Let's
Okay,
see
okay,
how
Yeah,
much
boys.
Hindi.
Okay, that boys. Let's calm down there. So
Yeah, let's stick with
instead
cricket.
of
Yeah.
whether Hindi is good or bad, let's talk about some of the star performances on the field. We saw Alice Capsey put on the first half century of the tournament, and then it was followed by Yashika Bhatia and then Harmanpreet Kaur, both putting on half centuries. Uh, do you think that Alice Capsey's half century was more vital for Delhi Capitals than Harmanpreet and Yashika's was for the team, Sakshi?
Like, yeah, like for me, not only Harmanpreet was the player of the match, but also Yastika and Capsy totally. Like, Capsy's 50 was very important because that helped Delhi to build that score which Mumbai would chase later. Like, she outshined the whole team and she even got a huge support from Jemimah and Lenning. That's why she pulled up such a great score. And when we talk about Yastika, of course, like I didn't expect her to hit such a great inning. And she did it so well, like maza aa gaya dekh ke.
Absolutely, I think Jessica Wuj has been amazing. She's actually been in the internet circuit. If you keep a look at her, she's not been getting enough chances because Smriti Mandana and Shefali Verma open time and again for India, and Jessica is the backup opener. But the way she's played today, and even the last season, if I'm not wrong, she got 3 or 4 40+ scores, but she wasn't able to capitalize on it and convert into a big score, maybe a 50 or a 60. It's kind of a world we live in. People don't remember 49s, but people remember 50s, right? That's the kind of the game we play. So even though she had a pretty good season last year, a lot of people don't remember it because there were a lot of 40s in it. But and to get this kind of a performance in the first match of the tournament, really sets the tone for her and Mumbai, especially for her for the entire tournament. She could be one of honestly the way she's playing and way she's middling the ball. I wouldn't be surprised if she's one of the top contenders for the orange cap. Honestly, really early to say it, I know, but I honestly feel like she's going to be one of the top contenders for that orange cap.
Yeah, that's true. She really put in a solid performance today, and it was, I think, one of the points that kept MI in the game till the end. Just how I think Arundhati's bowling was what kept Delhi in the match till the end. I think it was Yashika's stint on the crease that kept MI in the game till the end. I think you could say for MI she'd be equally as important as Arundhati, but obviously, then there was Harmanpreet who came on and stole the show,
Yeah.
taking it until the end. And she was the player of the match. So you talk about that. She stole the show. But I think Yashika's stint on the crease was one of the underdog stories of the match, if you could call it that, playing
Absolutely,
a very
absolutely,
important
and I
role.
think they both of them complemented each other well. Harmanpreet and Yastika, right? I mean, initially when Harmanpreet came, she wasn't, able to middle the ball that much. Hasn't been able to actually time the ball, and she was actually picking those singles instead of clearing the boundaries. And that's when Yastika came in, and she was already a little bit set, and she got, I think, 3 boundaries in the last over of the power play, and she continued that form up until the time she got out. And by the time she got out, Harmanpreet was set. So the kind of tempo that they maintained was lacked by Delhi Capitals. That's what Mumbai could do. They couldn't build partnership after partnership up until Jemimah and Alice Capsey took over. They were quick wickets, and they couldn't, for every wicket they couldn't put up a partnership. And I think that's where Mumbai came in. And let me be honest, guys. I honestly feel like in another way, Delhi have more positives to take home than Mumbai. Honestly, during the first innings when I was looking at it, I honestly felt Mumbai was all over the place. It was just the sheer brilliance of Yasika Bhatia and Harmanpreet Kaur that made them win. But they have a lot of homework to do now that they go home, and they have a lot of in terms of fielding and bowling, mainly in terms of discipline.
Yeah.
Honestly, they could have bowled to the Delhi did it. Delhi bowled to the longer side of the boundary. They tried to bowl to the leg side. They tried to make them hit it, but that lacked in the Mumbai Indians bowling, and a couple of easy catches that need to be taken. You can't be dropping them at the highest level. So Mumbai will have a lot of homework to do, but yeah, kudos to them. Due to one person who've made it over. Yeah,
But I also feel like from MI being lucky, but to also Harmanpreet being a great captain. Like she portrayed herself and she came out as a very good captain as she carried her team well and took them to the win. Like, and she
funny.
totally deserved the player of the match.
Yeah, funny Sakshi calls am I lucky? Honestly, I
Yeah,
don't
It
want
was
to
a
bring it up
Delhi's day
again,
for
but she seems
sure.
really biased towards Delhi, guys. I mean,
yeah.
it's really
She's, I think, at
surprising
this
though.
point just dancing around between both the teams, trying to see where she can find her
Yeah, but
safe
no, Sakshi though,
place.
really, why Delhi? Why Delhi? Why Delhi?
I guess because it has Jemimah in it. Like, yeah,
Right. Yeah,
And
agreed.
one word
One of my
answer.
favorite cricketers as well. Yeah.
yeah,
Honestly, yeah, she brings up Jamie, which is a really great point. Uh, enough cricket, talking about just the kind of person she is, kind of makes the whole vibe for the Delhi team, not just this year or even the last year, and even in the international circuit. I've seen, she's just one of those live wires. You'd like to be around that kind of a person, and I can't help but draw parallels. To my cricketing idol, I think Virat Kohli does that sort of a thing for the Indian cricket team. Whenever he's there, he's dancing. He's trying to pull legs, and it's really fun. And when it's like that, you like to go out and perform. It doesn't become a work; it becomes something that you love doing. And I think kudos to Jemima for doing that. Each one of her entertaining aspects. When she couldn't middle a ball, that bat punch, the way she punches the bat, or when she gets one over the top. Her mannerisms is something that even I love Jemima, Sakshi, but yeah, agreed, completely agreed.
yeah.
Jemima is a pure star.
I think, yeah, totally. It's important to have that kind of player in the squad who is able to, like as you said, is a live wire for the team, who is able to carry the team through, who is able to bring that vibe, the positive vibe. It's very important in anything that you do, but specifically in a squad in a team that is a lot of the times constantly traveling, you're moving around, you aren't at home. So it's very important to have that clear. But Sakshi, I'm going to come back to you. You said MI was lucky. So on that point, I think there's going to be a lot of people watching this who are going to be coming after you for that. And Gershom, you were questioning her as to why Delhi. I think there are a lot of people who are watching this who are going to come after you for that.
Right.
So yeah,
But for
so
different
both of you
reasons.
are going to be neck deep in hot water
See,
with some of our
I'll tell you
viewers.
what. I think Delhi played amazing. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna argue with that. But it's just that Sakshi being a Mumbai girl, I was just expecting her to be out and
yeah,
out Mumbai, and I came here thinking I'd have to support Delhi, because being a Mumbai girl. But it's just that the tables have turned, and now she's with Delhi, and now I don't know. Being a Bangalore boy, I don't know if I should support Mumbai or wait till tomorrow because we are playing tomorrow, right? So I
Yeah.
don't know where to be with it. So yeah,
I mean,
well,
Gershom, has supporting RCB really ever paid off? I mean, when you look at the history, it doesn't speak too
Yeah,
well,
we
does
we
it?
we
I
we'll
mean,
talk about it tomorrow, Arish. Today we'll stick with Mumbai or
should
Delhi.
we?
It's be
Okay, we'll let you on the
well,
See,
hook for today.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, Sakshi,
but yeah, Sakshi was putting forward a
saying
point here.
something.
nothing. I was just saying, like, tomorrow is going to be great. Like, RCB is something that is always hyped up and it's always fun to watch them. Like, whatever teams is against them, it's just fun to watch RCB.
I'm honestly backing for two back-to-back thrillers. Let me tell you, I'll give you one prediction right away. Tomorrow's going to be a last ball thriller too. I'm not going to say if Bangalore's going to be over the line or UP, but it's going to be a last ball thriller for sure, just like the one we had today.
Hopefully. But then I'm going to come back to the start of the second innings. Haley Matthews being bowled out on duck. I think Mumbai had pinned a lot of their hopes on her opening, and for her to just be dismissed for a meager duck by it was, I think, Marison Cap who did that. I think. Do you think that kind of would have affected Mumbai's game plan in a certain way, Gerson?
Absolutely. I think Haley last year as well, we've seen the kind of start she's giving. Pretty much similar to what Shefali does for Delhi and India. Haley's been doing that for Mumbai. And I think she was better as a bowler last year. She was in the top five leading wicket takers. But she is known to give those blistering starts. And the way Madison Cap was able to get her in the first over, really that's so stone for Delhi. But see, this is what Mumbai did better than what Delhi couldn't do, right? Even after the wicket, see, up until the 10th, 11th over is when Jemimah started, shifting the gears. Up until then, they were, but Yastika Bhatia didn't. Even though there were wickets falling, she played her shots. She got them. She caught a couple of them. She edged a couple. Lucky she went over the infield and it went for the boundary or took a couple. But the way Mumbai was able even to cope up with Haley's dismissal by playing a few shots, that's what made the difference for Mumbai in the long run. I feel they were able to get the scoreboard ticking, and in the end, took it till the end, and we all know how it ended. So I think
Yeah,
even though they
and
took a wicket, it was really good for Yastika Bhatia to keep the runs flowing.
yeah, and I think that's where it was Yastika, and then eventually our player of the match, Harmanpreet, who came in and managed to put on a brilliant show for us.
Yeah.
And then, despite her dismissal due to her efforts, it was in the end the heroics of Sajana, as we saw. Uh, that's just, I mean, as a sports person myself, I look at it, when you're coming on as a debutant on the final ball of the match to put a six, nothing else but a six will do. And the pressure that the player has to play under and to do that as a debutant in the tournament, I think that's just hats off. It's a brilliant shot to play. And
Guys,
I think Sakshi
now
is
I
going to
think
tap in here.
there's a whole season to go. So let's just stop
Right.
talking so much good about them because like Nazar is for real, guys.
Okay, okay, Delhi, chill.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah, Delhi needs to chill.
Sakshi, man, come on. No, but I'll tell you what, honestly though, I really feel, see, it doesn't get bigger than this. Season opener, a debutant who's never
Yeah.
played, comes in on the last ball. All stakes matter, and just to the way she got under the ball. And see, I'll tell you what Amelia was trying to do. She tried to bowl. There's an argument that she should have bowled outside off stump, and probably she wouldn't have gotten under the ball. But I see what Emilia was trying to do. She thought, the leg side boundary is longer boundary. So she thought even if she gets a good, amount of bat, if she middles it, it still might go for a catch. But kudos to the way Sajana just handled it. I mean, it's really difficult to judge a player's caliber playing one ball, but you can judge a player's temperament. And the temperament you need to come in there and just whack one off the first ball you're playing, take some real skills. And, kudos to Sajana for doing that.
Yeah. So I think it was Sajana's heroics at the end that completely stole the show. Yes, I think MI can go home saying yes, as you mentioned, they had a few sloppy moments throughout the match, but I think then they can also be thankful that they have players like this in the team who can carry them through such moments. And I think for Sajana, it's just going to be a story for a Grand Prix someday down the road.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think with that, I think we'll save the rest of our thoughts for tomorrow. And yeah, with that, that's been it. That's been the first match of the season. Tomorrow, as you said, RCB take on UP. You said you won't give predictions, but Gershom, I'm going to take one from you and Sakshi. What are your predictions for tomorrow,
Can
Bangalore
I
boys?
go
I'll let
first? Can I go first?
Yeah,
Okay, the
please,
Delhi
Because I
Sakshi.
girl
know
wants to go
Gershon will
first.
say it then. RCB, RCB, RCB.
What? She's
I
not.
mean,
She's
this is
not
a
I knew
played.
prediction.
I
This is a
knew you would
prediction. This is
copy me.
not
That's why I
something.
said it first.
So
Sakshi, this is a prediction. This is not something that you have to choose. So, I mean,
yeah. So I will
Okay,
choose
Gershon,
okay.
what's
RCB
your
too.
prediction?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so we
Yeah.
It's a
predict
No.
prediction.
RCB.
This is not something you have to choose. Sakshi, if you're
Exactly.
We
And I'll
making
tell
a
predict
you one more thing.
prediction,
RCB.
you have to back them to
One more.
win it. Are you going to back RCB?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Even
don't
if they
back
lose
RCB
or
today.
win,
You back Delhi. We
RCB
all know what
forever.
happened, Sakshi. Please don't back RCB. Please. But I'll tell you one thing, dude. See, Sakshi being a Mumbai girl today, she's supporting Delhi, not even her own team. Tomorrow she's supporting my team, which is kind of, honestly, I don't know where Sakshi's going with all of this, but yeah, I'm already wearing red, RCB all the way. There's a small saying in Kannada. I don't know any video if you get it. Arsali Sotru RCB, Arvatsala Sotru RCB, which means we lose 6 times, you still support RCB. You lose 60 times, you still support RCB. So RCB all the way, guys. Let's go.
That's some loyalty. So yes,
Yeah.
anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in to today's show. It has been a pleasure having you guys back on the second season, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for RCB versus UP. Thank you.